welcome to the 99th episode
99.
of Duke and Leon School of Life. And, 99 just reminded me of Barbara Feldon from Get Smart. That was her name. But I remember...
She's still alive. I think she's still alive, Duke.
She came out here with Mary Ann and Jeannie, and they did a convention, and we didn't go. But it reminded me of that time. There was a party. There was a party, and you went dressed as 99. You put on the secret agent dress, and there was a girl.
Yeah.
That was dressed as Max, but she was a lesbian, and she thought you were a girl, and she took you home. And then the next day, you told me, she said to you, "That's the second biggest clit I've ever seen."
Yeah, I called you from my shoe.
Yeah, from her shoe.
For while she was still wearing it.
Speaking of old men, you know the old man up the road?
Yes.
I saw him.
Yes.
Hanging at his gate. He can only walk as far as his gate and back. That's what he does every day. Anyway, he tells me, he says he's come out of the shower.
Yeah.
Right? He's getting dressed. He's watching something on TV. He goes to put his undies on. He goes to put one leg in and the other leg, loses his balance.
Yeah, balance, yeah.
Hits his head on the whatever's holding the TV, on the coffee table.
On the coffee table. The one with
lying
all the coffee
there,
table
his
books.
undies are around his ankles.
Yeah, yeah.
His wife comes out.
Yeah.
She can't get him off the ground.
But first she says, "What are you doing, you idiot," sort of thing. She doesn't have any sympathy. What are you doing this time? What are you doing now?
How old are you? 85. So she can't pick him up.
Oh, no.
She calls the ambulance.
Oh.
The ambos come around, right?
Yeah,
they pick him up. They put him on a couch. They put a blanket around him. He's naked. He's lying on the floor naked when they do all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And then the female ambulance girl.
Yeah.
Have you seen the female ambulance girls lately?
Yeah, I do.
They're like models.
I know. They're hot.
Yeah.
And they're all, and do you know there's only one size of uniform? Small. Tight, I should say. No, tight.
So she says to him, she starts lecturing him, "You have to be very careful putting on your underpants." She grabs his underpants from the floor and says, "This is how you put them on."
Oh, and what, on him or on her?
No, on her. So she sits on the couch and she goes, "First you put them over your feet."
That's a fucking trigger.
She's doing it over her clothes.
It doesn't matter. It's a
and she
trigger.
goes, "First you put them over your feet, then up the calves, and once you get to the hips, lift your hips a little bit, pull them up to your waist." And he's sitting there. He said, I'm so embarrassed,
Embarrassed? I wouldn't be embarrassed. I'd be filming it.
And then she gets up and she starts talking to the wife, still wearing his old man white undies. And she says to the wife, "We can get someone to come in twice a week and just show him how to dress himself, show him how to open the fridge properly and blah, blah." He's going, no, I don't need that. His wife's going, yes, can we have that, please? He goes, "Yeah, it's a care package." She's saying all this while she's wearing his undies. And he said, "I just wanted my undies back." And I said, "What, you're going to keep them?" And he goes, "I wanted to sniff them." From the FBI files. All right. So, in ancient Egypt, Harufus the wizard and his monkey Philippe stole a magic green emerald ring from a mummy's tomb.
From a mummy. Stealing from mummies.
Yeah.
Is that bad karma? I fucking think so. I think it would
The
be.
ring could make things disappear, according to Harufus. Harufus was summoned by the pharaoh to perform magic.
Yeah.
Harufus slipped the ring onto Filippo the monkey.
Yeah.
And to everyone's amazement, the monkey disappeared, never to be seen again.
Yeah.
Then, in 1972,
Yeah.
when excavation in Berlin was happening, a skeleton of a monkey dressed in a Nazi uniform was found. On its finger was a green emerald
ring. Fuck.
One of the excavators put the ring on and was never seen again.
Okay. All right. Well, that guy at the end, obviously, he just fucked off with the ring, right? Never seen again. He just stole it, right?
Yeah.
He's just fucked off. Yeah. But what happened to Philippe, the monkey?
Yeah. Well, look, I did a bit of research.
Yeah.
And what I found out was, you know how Hitler was addicted to methamphetamines?
Yes.
And he used to inject methamphetamines. Apparently, he had a helper monkey because the doctor could not be there 24 hours a day.
And so he had to find a vein.
He had a helper monkey called Schmidt, and Schmidt used to have to inject Hitler with methamphetamine. So I reckon it's Schmidt.
So did Schmidt used to put the syringe in his teeth while he was finding the vein and tying off his arm?
Yeah, but can you imagine?
That would be, I'd love to see a photo of that. That would fucking be fun.
Can you imagine Hitler? Schmidt finds the vein. What are you doing?
How many times I tell you, Schmidt, don't laugh. This is serious. You fucking monkey.
You stupid monkey.
Fucking monkey. I can say that because you are a monkey. It's not racist.
Where is my needle, Schmidt? I need my happy medicine.
All right. So I've been to Egypt many times. I used to run a dating agency there.
Yeah.
And I used to tell the girls, I say, first thing is looking for a man, no sandals. I said, you say that and you'll get rid of the idiots. Anyway, so I've been there a long time. So most of Egypt is sand, just sand.
Yeah.
And you get a lot of sinkholes, right? And so that's what I'm thinking. I don't believe in magic because I'm a scientist. So he's put the ring on Philippe, and it's a little bit tight, and he's pushed it on. And you know monkeys, how they wiggle their bum? Well, I mean, I'm told. Like, I haven't actually ever seen a little monkey wiggling its bum. I've got a filter on my internet that disallows that sort of thing. Anyway, he's wiggled his bum.
Thou doth protest too much.
So as he's wiggling his bum, his little ankles and feet are wiggling, and it's sort of like a mixing effect, and it's stimulated the sand, and he's created a sinkhole, and bang, gone. So how he gets to Germany, I don't know.
No, so what happens is...
how does he get to Germany?
Well, everyone goes, hurrah, hurrah, Rufus.
Yeah.
And once the whole place clears out, Rufus digs him out of the sinkhole, takes the ring off him, give it to me, you idiot.
You can't.
This is my retirement. And then sells it to some fucking German tourist. Who takes it back to Germany, and then in it passes through hands. 1942, Hitler gets it because he's got everyone's fucking. Yeah. He's got everyone's stuff, and he gives it to his monkey. He gives it to Schmidt.
Fucking hell, that's
complicated. I mean, we solved that for the FBI. That's been on the FBI files for since 19.
All right, I'm going to send them an invoice.
Yeah.
Because why should we do work for them? When have they ever helped us? How many times have we asked them for help? Like 1,000 times?
And protection,
nothing.
Never protected us once. From the FBI files.
All right, I got some quick news. Woman pulls down skirt of a group of girls. She approaches one girl and pulls down the skirt after berating the girl because the skirt's too short.
And says she's exposing her pubic hair.
Or was it pubic hair or just cheeks?
Pubic hair.
Oh, Pubic. Oh,
Which I found funny because when I saw the picture of the girl, she looks like early 20s, and a lot of them don't have pubic hair.
Apparently, yeah.
I don't know what's happened. They don't mature quick enough anymore or something. But
I'm not sure what that is.
Or maybe it's making a comeback. Bush.
Yeah, Bush.
Bring back Bush.
Back to the 70s.
Not George, but, you know.
Yeah. Or George Jr. Anyway, so she gets arrested for, I think it's assault. And which is interesting because, like, if a man had done that, he would have been shot dead.
Yeah. Tasered. Tasered.
I don't think tasered. I think shot dead straight, just shot in the head. And but a woman did it. She gets pulled down. So what do you think? And they're saying that's the ultimate Karen, attack. What would you like if you were offended? Like, would you be offended if you saw a girl in KFC? She walked past while you were eating your popcorn, and you could see pubic hair because her skirt was so short. Would you be offended? Would you be offended?
What I was going to say was, I'm sure because the picture of that girl, she's gorgeous, right?
Yeah.
So I'm sure.
Does that make any difference, though? Does that make a difference?
Yeah, for me. What I was going to say is I'm sure the men in that restaurant were highly offended at the Karen incident. They're probably all position their chairs so they could have a look.
Yeah.
And, sitting opposite the wife so she doesn't know what they're looking at. And everyone's happy. Everyone's smiling. It's the best dinner they've had for ages because they're all looking at this girl's pussy. And then fucking Karen comes along and pulls the fucking skirt down.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't. To be honest, if it was me, and she was walking towards me, and I could see everything, I'd say to her, "Hey, what the fuck? What are you doing? I'm trying to have a meal here with my little monkey Schmidt. I'm eating popcorn chicken, and look at you. Look at what you're wearing. Schmidt, he's only 3 years old. For the whole trip back and probably for 3 fucking weeks, all he's going to be talking about is your cunt. Like, never stop, non-stop.
He's just going to be masturbating for 3 weeks non-stop.
In the car.
You won't be able to take him
in the car.
Yeah.
And I can't stop him doing it in the car. I've got plastic seat covers and I still can't fucking stop him. And I'm sick of plastic. Every time I put on the brake, I slide forward and hit the fucking windscreen. And it's all because of you and girls like you. We're like cunts hanging out.
Schmidt, stop masturbating.
Schmidt, look, he started already.
Get the needle.
All right.
What other news thing have we got?
All right. Man steals leg from crime scene. So this is very tragic. I think it's actually someone died. They were run over by a train, and in the process of being run over by the locomotive, it severed a leg. And this random guy just walked past while the police were arriving, and he's just walked up, grabbed the leg, stuck it in his mouth, taken a big chunk out, and then walked off. And as the police surround him with guns, he's just holding it up like a trophy. This is true, by the way. I didn't make this up. I didn't. This is not a lager thing. This is real. Can you fucking believe it? What the fuck? But saying that, the guy's obviously he's got mental issues, surely. Like, no one normal would do that. Would you do that?
No, well, what gets me is, okay, he might have some mental issues or whatever, but he just got lucky that he walked past this guy who got smashed by a train and, it's my lucky day. I found a leg. I think I'll eat that.
Yeah. Or maybe he said, hey, and they say, they're going, put down, get on your screaming. Hey, don't scream at me. I was just at KFC and there was this fucking monkey masturbating. I was so maybe sick, so I'm coming here. All I wanted was a drumstick and hey, there it is. I found one. So maybe. No,
and there's,
he's obviously got mental issues and he needs treatment.
The shit that goes on.
Where?
Everywhere.
At KFC?
No, everywhere. I was talking to my neighbour the other day and he said, I'm just telling you that I checked my cameras last night. He's got house cameras. And there's a guy walking around. He was looking in everyone's car windows. Oh. There's just shit that goes that you don't have a fucking clue about.
Yeah.
Not to mention the fucking spiders eating cockroaches and shit outside in the grass, in the trees.
Well, that's not bad. That's not bad, Duke. That's just nature. All right. That's not. It's not.
Nature's a cunt.
Not as if you've got fruit
Everything's
bats hanging
eating
off.
everything and attacking everything and killing everything.
All right, you need to calm down. Okay, next. This is the last bit of news we have. So, co-joined twins have come out so another set of co-joined twins got married just recently, and so this pair came out to talk about their life, and so they're co-joined at the abdomen low, so they have separate
Female
stomachs.
twins, right?
Yeah, female twins. Yeah. They have separate stomachs, same intestines, same vagina, and one leg and one arm each that they control separately. Which I'm still trying to figure out how that fucking works. But anyway, I'm not judging them. So they've been talking, and of course they opened themselves up to a forum. And of course, what do you think? You know, every idiot's just gone, well, yeah, that's all fine about your separate lungs and shit, but how do you have sex? You know. Because basically that's what everyone
wants to know about the vagina.
Okay, so they got one vagina, and apparently they don't masturbate anymore because it's just embarrassing.
Can you imagine that? Oh my god.
Okay, but so one of them is a lesbian and one of them is straight. Okay, but they only have one.
Let's
vagina.
just make it a little bit more complicated. I mean,
so
it's complicated enough without that.
So the lesbian girl just broke up with her partner. I'm not sure why I stopped reading because I'm still trying to figure out about the legs and the arms. And then the other one who's straight has a long distance relationship with her boyfriend.
So the lesbian one.
Yes. Yes. Now don't say left and right because that's disrespectful. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Just say the lesbian one. That's not disrespectful.
So the lesbian one has got a girlfriend, and her
had a girlfriend just recently.
Okay, just recently broke up. I wonder if they scissored. So what would the other one be doing if they scissored? The other one would be going, nope, I want no part of this. Oh, you know what they do?
And what happens if they went on a double date?
Give them tranquilizer. You give the other one a tranquilizer.
Oh.
So when her lesbian girlfriend comes over and they start doing the business, start like go in a 69 position, you say to her, here, take your medicine, and she falls asleep. The other one falls asleep, and the other one...
Fuck you. That is just...
but then she can't control the other arm or leg, can she?
No, that's right. Fuck. I don't know. Look, some people would find it disturbing. I think a lot of people would find us talking about it disturbing. That goes without saying.
Not the people that listen here, buddy.
But it is interesting, and it's it's got me stumped. I don't know. And like I said, if you were double dating and you had the girlfriend there and the boyfriend there, and it's like, well, what is there a shift or anyway? I don't know. But look, they seem happy.
If you're making out, if both sides were making out, then they'd be saying, okay, there's two fingers in there. Whose is who? You keep yours on the left side and you keep yours on the right side.
All right. I think we've really dug deep enough into this.
Well, it's interesting.
Well, yeah, I don't know.
This is the most interesting thing you've ever said.
I don't disagree with you, but I just think it's going to end up in a court case.
In tears.
In a court case.
It's going to end up in tears.
All right. While we're talking about the ridiculous, do you want to do a man court?
Yeah, let's do it.
Man Court is now in session with judges Duke and Leon.
Okay, Man Court for this week, or this episode, I should say. Man fakes his own death to see his girlfriend's reaction. So he wants to know how much his girlfriend loves him and, like whatever. I don't know what the fuck. So he fakes his own death. He makes it look like he's had a horrific accident and goes AWOL for 2 weeks. right? And not only his girlfriend, this includes all his friends and his
family.
Family, yeah, everyone. Everyone thinks he's dead, and his whole concept or the what he's doing is trying to find out how much his girlfriend loves him or will miss him when he's gone. That sort of her reaction to his death. He couldn't just fucking ask her. He had to go. I can't even. What the fuck? Really.
What was the outcome?
Oh well, she wasn't very happy, and they're not going out.
Can you hear that fucking alarm?
Yeah, that's your neighbour.
Yeah, the cunt. He's got a leaf blower, right?
Yeah.
He's so fat he can barely lift it. And Sunday morning, 6:00 in the morning.
All right. Well, why don't you just kill him, Duke? Just fucking kill him.
No,
just kill him.
Not worth it. If I'm going to jail,
well,
it's going to be for stealing.
Look, how many man courts have we done? We know exactly how not to go to jail. All right, not that I'm not condoning violence. I always say that in this podcast, I always say violence is not the answer.
Not that there's anything wrong with jail. All you inmates that listen, once you get out, remember
that's true.
That we said you're okay.
Yeah, have a toilet beer on us. All right. All right, so he fakes his own death to see what his girlfriend's reaction is. Obviously, when he comes back, hey, I was just joking. I just wanted to see if anyone missed me. Did anyone miss me? Well,
fucking hell.
His fucking girlfriend's done the bolt, and she's pissed off. And rightly so. What do you think? He's an idiot.
Mate, he is not worth the air that he fucking breathes.
Oh, that's strong words.
That is because, you know what? If you need that much fucking attention,
yeah,
just go get fucked.
If you're so insecure,
yeah,
just go and watch fucking I Dream of Jeannie or whatever. Talk about someone who's insecure. That Jeannie, fuck me, she was insecure. So
can't he even ask? Can't he ask his girlfriend? Yeah. So, if I died, would you miss me?
Yeah, if I died, would you miss me? And she goes, can you pass the chips?
Man Court is now in session with judges Duke and Leon.
Dear Mr. Fish and Mr. Hendricks, I'm a great fan of your show and listen every second week. I particularly like it when you do the funny voices. I have a slight problem and was hoping you could help me. My husband and I have been married for 5 years. For the past 6 months, he has started to wet the bed at night. He's not a heavy drinker and there is no medical explanation. The main issue I have is I think he enjoys it. Can you help? Yours, name withheld. Woo! I love bedwetters. Love bedwetters. Adult ones, that is, not the little ones. love a bedwetter. You can say and do anything in front of a bedwetter because nothing's going to offend them.
We all know the Jed bedwetting story with Timmy.
I think we got Jed next for our 100th.
Yeah.
Man, when he hears that, why did you bring it up when he's in there?
No,
he fucking weighs he's fucking twice the size of you.
Do you remember?
No.
Yeah, so what happened was Jed and I were at a Boy Scout camp, and we were both in the same bed as a Scoutmaster. No. So we're on a double
date with the 2 Scoutmasters.
We're on a double-decker bed. What are they called? Bunk beds.
Bunk beds.
We're on a bunk bed. Sorry, I've never been in the army. We're on bunk beds, and
he's not on top.
He's on the bottom, and he wets the bed.
God.
Right?
Thank fuck for that.
He wets the bed, and he wakes me up. And he's going, Duke, I've wet the bed. And I said, oh shit. Then we looked over, and there's this kid sleeping. Little Timmy, his name was, nicest kid, and we picked him up and put him into Jed's bed, and then Jed went into his bed.
Oh, no, that is so fucked up. And then little Timmy wakes up, he thinks he's wet the bed, then everyone's going, oh,
he's going, what am I
Timmy's
doing here? What do I wear? And we're saying to him, we're gaslighting the shit out of him. What are you talking about, man? This is where you slept. And he's going, no, I slept in. Nah, man, you guys swapped before at dinner. You made a deal and blah, blah. And then the scoutmaster comes in and, with the bed. Oh, my God. And it was a whole...
Fuck me, dude.
You know.
You and Jed are just cunts, and now you've answered your own question, haven't you? You're talking about who the cunt is walking around looking in windows at night. Well, there you know, it's little Timmy.
Well, and Jed and I have spoken about this, and what we spoke about it recently, and what we came up with was we deserve everything we get.
All right. But listen, it's not about you and Jed. It's not even about me. It's about this poor lady who's written in and her husband. So they've been married 5 years. Just after 6 months, he starts wetting the bed and she thinks he's enjoying it. I don't know. First thing I would say to her straight off is just get plastic sheets first off.
Yeah.
Because mattresses are fucking expensive and you can't get the urine smell out. So they tell me. But what would you suggest? So let's just assume he is enjoying it. Like it's a little fantasy of his. So what do you think?
So is he pissing on her in the bed? That might be what's happening. He might wake up in the middle of the night and go,
No, that's different. She would have said he's giving me a golden shower every night. No, she just says he's wetting the bed. So he's just wetting the bed.
Look, my thing is bunk beds. Bunk beds. Seriously, get bunk beds. She can sleep on top. He can sleep on the bottom. He can do what he wants.
And he can do what he wants. Oh, that's actually that's a pretty good, not a bad solution. I had a different solution. But
what was that? A yellow solution?
No. No, I reckon that she should start shitting the bed and not say anything. And I reckon it'll shock him and he'll just go, oh, right, okay, I know what's happening here. I better stop.
Passive-aggressive.
Passive-aggressive. Stories from the Serbian village.
From the Serbian village.
All right, so I went and saw my mother, as I do, because I'm a very good son. She actually says that to me, but then she says a lot of crazy shit, so I don't know what's real and what isn't. Anyway, so every so often she has these little memory flashbacks, or I try and help too. I say, oh, you remember the village? Are there any funny stories about the village? So I got this one. Okay. So the mayor of the village where they lived, this is in the 30s, 40s, whatever, before the war. This is all before the war, right? So the mayor of the village, he was he was the big man of the village, the head man of the village. It's a very important position being the mayor. He's a very proud man. Mr. Vukic. Right? Mr. Vukic. And, of course, there's the mayoress, which is Mrs. Vukic. Okay, so Mayor Vukic and his beautiful wife, so-called wife, she probably wasn't beautiful. They had 6 children. Right?
Jesus Christ.
And all the children had curly red hair, right? Okay, that's, because he's rich, he's the mayor of the village. Of course he's got a big family. Why wouldn't he? All right. The only problem was, as my mother said, no one in his family or his wife's family had red hair. All right?
That is a problem.
The only person who had red hair was Mad Boris the woodchopper, who lived in the forest.
Grandfather?
He lived in the forest.
Right.
He had red hair, curly red hair. My mother said everyone knew, but no one said anything. Oh, Mr. Vukic, thank you so much for the new bridge you built for our village.
Your children have beautiful red hair. I think I go for a walk in the forest.
Then it's like, oh, Mrs. Vukic, look at you with your family. All the children together with their beautiful red hair. And then it's like, she said to me, it was like, oh, Boris, thank you for bringing all the wood for winter. Is there anything else I can do for you? Oh, no, I'm too old for hanky-panky. Thank you. Yeah, my mother, Mr. Vukic. And no one said anything, but everyone knew. What do you think? What do you think?
Well,
don't you just love that village life? Pre-war village life?
I remembered something from when we were young.
What was to have breakfast?
Just as you told, I remembered I'm here doing a podcast. Just as you told me that story, I remember a story from when we were young. You and I, when we were about 6 or whatever, we went and stayed at your grandfather's property. I don't even know where that was.
Well, allegedly his property. No one fucking knows. With my family, no one knew who the fuck owned what or what.
We went and stayed at his property. He had that fucking goat, Herman, that used to chase us all the time. And he had 3 gypsy caravans on his property. Yep. And the village folk, the village men used to come and visit those caravans. And we never knew what was happening in those caravans. They'd go in and they'd come out half an hour later. And we'd just be going, Herman, throwing rocks at Herman.
Oh, right. God, I thought...
The goat.
All right. I thought you said Herman was in the caravan. Thank God. At least Herman got away. Yeah, no, that's... Look.
Do you remember that? I'm thinking he had fortune tellers in there.
Yeah, look, it's a thing, a common thing. Like, men used to have a little bit on the side in those European cultures. That's what happens. If you live in the country, you have a little flat in the city and, a little bit of hanky-panky. No one says anything. Everyone knows, but no one says anything unless it comes out. Unless something, unless people get sloppy, and it sort of comes out,
I know who's getting sloppy.
Yeah. But you know what I mean. As long as it's dignified, they used to just live with it.
I remember we tried to break in. We were trying to get in there to see what was in there, and your grandfather would go, "You little bastards, get away!" throwing rocks at us.
Mate, I've never seen
because there was a lot of rocks on that property.
Yeah, I know. That's why he had the goat, because he couldn't mow the lawn. There's too many rocks. But I looked in the window of the caravan. I've never seen so many velvet cushions in my life. Fuck! I tell you what, it planted a seed. I wish I could have planted my seed. I tell you, but too young. The things you miss when you're young.
It would have been another. If we would have been another 10 years older. We would have had the best holiday ever. Three caravans.
3 years would have been enough. It could have been
11.
All right.
Grandpapa, you said we could go into the caravan 17. On my 11th birthday.
17 would have been perfect.
Historical text.
Yes.
All right. So ancient Rome. You get a text. You're Leon the slave.
Again, I'm always a fucking slave.
Well, you're looking after the oxes. You're out the back. You're looking.
Smart ass would be oxen, wouldn't it?
Oxen.
Thank you.
Oxens. And you're looking after the oxens, and you get a text from the what's he called? The
Caesar
guy in charge. Caesar.
Not Caesar salad. It's Caesar is the yeah.
And it says, "Dear slave Leonos, you have been chosen to fuck the sacred goat god at the Colosseum."
In the Colosseum.
Will
there be anyone else there, do you think?
40,000 people the Colosseum fits. Failure to do so will result in you being boiled in sacred oil. Whatever that is.
I think that's hot. I think that's hot.
Yeah, but I
it's
think the
boiled.
actual
Yeah,
oil is
boiled.
like
Hot. Yes.
gladiator cum.
Oh. No, how could that be back?
Anyway, that's what's going to happen. You have to fuck the sacred goat god, which is a real goat, by the way, in the Colosseum in front of 40,000 people. That's the text.
Yep.
What are you going to text back?
Bah. I'm in, buddy. I'm in.
Yeah, that's it.
I'm in. I'm in. Just whatever you want. I don't give a fuck. I said I don't even need a warmer.
But how
need a warmer.
How are you going to get a hard on in front of 40,000 people and a fucking goat?
Well, you said there's a goat there.
Herman. You're just going to think of Herman. Close your eyes and think of Herman, your grandfather's goat.
I'll just close my eyes and think of KFC and it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Because, life's all about options. Life's all about life choices, and those choices are based around options. You make good choices and you make bad choices. Sometimes you do bad things, but it's a good choice.
Oh, shut up and answer the question.
That's one of these. I'm telling you.
You're going to do it. You're going to do it.
Yeah,
you're going to go fuck the
100%.
goat god.
It's a bad thing, but it's a good choice in this. In this particular
smart.
In this particular scenario, it's a bad thing, but it's a good choice.
Huzzah for Slave Leon.
Yeah, and I might just ask Caesar if he would just sling me a percentage of that house takings, maybe 3%.
Yeah, but see, it's going to be
no, because then if I get 3%, that would give me enough money to leave. Rome, because
Rome.
We have to, because once you fuck one goat, you're
the goat fucker
you're the
forever.
goat fucker forever, right?
What scared you as a kid?
Everything. But what
scared you the most?
All right, poverty, being poor, that scared me.
But you were poor.
I know, being poorer, and being poor for the rest of my life, and being poor for the rest of my life. And there was only two options. There was only two options. There was either the legal way of getting out of poverty or the illegal way of poverty. And I tried the illegal way a couple of times, and that I could see that was going to end really badly, because prison was scary. When we were kids, prison and police were really scary.
Yeah.
Like not now, where they come in and they put you in the car and they hold your head so you don't hit, you don't hit your head on top of the door and all that shit. That's not what it was like when we were kids.
They'd push your head into the door.
Beat the shit out of you and then put you in the car and then say, "Oh, he fell over. Sorry, fell over."
Well,
anyway. So I didn't go that. I went the legal way and I became a scientist. And
I was scared shitless of clowns when I was a kid. I was really fucking scared of clowns. And I remember...
Well, there's different types of clowns, though, isn't there? There's funny ones, sad ones, and
I know,
there's
but
that
they all
idiot who
look-
can't
it was
drive.
just-
Your neighbour who can't drive? He's a fucking clown.
No, but circus clowns. So
Yeah.
they just always looked scary to me. It just always looked odd to me that as a kid that a man would be putting on this makeup and this nose, and I didn't even know it was makeup and nose and all that sort of stuff.
And those
I remember my
stupid
mum
shoes.
taking me to this circus when I was about 3, and this clown comes up and he's going, and I'm crying. I'm trying to run away.
Yeah.
And my mum's holding me. I'm like, and everyone's looking, and I'm like, can't you see? Am I the only one that can see this?
All right, well, you think about a circus. How many fucking scary things are in a circus? You got midgets, you got monkeys, you got those, those trampoline or those, what are those, what are they on the trapeze women who have got surgical stockings on? No, they've got surgical stockings on. Have you ever noticed that, Leah? They got these, it's not, when you get up close, it's not like, nylons and see-through and all that beautiful stockings. They're surgical stockings. Fucking scary as shit. You got elephants, you got tigers. I mean, it's fucking scary. Circus is a scary place.
Well, then I went home and I thought I was scared that the clown was under my bed. I thought that
Guess what, Duke? He was.
No, the clown was on top of the bed. But I thought for years, I used to think, oh, is that clown under there? Is that clown under there? I mean, why are clowns so fucking scary? Why?
I don't know, because visually they're fucked up and they do stupid shit and water comes out of their eyes. They got those stupid shoes. Maybe it's a reflection of your greatest fear is actually becoming one of them. You know what I mean? Like having getting married and then just turning into a clown.
Ask Leon now, ask Leon now. Ask Leon now, ask Leon now.
Did cavemen marry monkeys? That's from Sarah in Scotland.
Haven't we done that one? I'm sure. Didn't we?
I don't know. It's people want to know. Sarah
Again.
from Scotland wants to know, did cavemen marry monkeys?
No. It's just cave women look like that. So no, the answer is no.
Well,
They didn't. Why would you marry a monkey?
When they...
Oh, because I suppose they could drive you around. And,
Well, yeah, because there was something to drive back in cavemen days.
Yeah, well, they had rocks and wheels, rocks for wheels or something. Have you ever seen
That's the Flintstones.
Yeah,
That's
the Flintstones,
buddy.
Fuck
No,
me.
look, I read that in France, when they were excavating the caves, they found the skeleton of a caveman and the skeleton of a monkey holding hands, and the monkey had a stone ring on.
Okay, all right.
Or that might have been Schmidt. I don't know. We don't know. And someone stole the emerald. Oh,
it could have been
Schmidt.
it could have been a one-off. It could have been like a thing. It's probably just, you know what? It was just a phase. It was just a phase. It was cool. It was cool, like ABBA. Everyone was listening to fucking ABBA, and then now no one does. So that's it. Like marrying monkeys was it was a fad. It lasted a few years, and then people thought, you know what? I just can't eat bananas fucking every night. I got to branch out, and so they branched out, and that's
Pardon the pun.
That's right.
Ask Leon now, ask Leon now. Ask Leon now, ask Leon now.
All right, everyone.
All right,
You've just
don't
listened
forget. Next episode is our 100th episode. We got a special. We've flown in guests from all over the world, and it's going to be fantastic. The 100th show is the next one, so make sure you tune in.
Jed's going to be there.
Don't fucking forget.
Jed's going to be there. Schmidt's going to be there. He's making a special appearance.
He's going to have a little cocktail. What do they call it? A highball.
Schmidt, you Dummkopf.
All right. It's going to be great. And we'll all be wearing our T-shirts, so make sure you've all got your Duke and Leon T-shirts when you're listening to our 100th episode.
Available at Redbubble.
You thought circuses were scary. This is going to be fucking scarier. All right. No worries. Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.